So you have learned a lot about objects. Now let's take a look at a few of the built-in objects in JavaScript. The first one we're going to look at is the math object. So here in Google, let's search for JavaScript math. The first link is on developer.mozilla.org. This is your first reference for learning about all the objects in JavaScript. So let's take a look at the math object. We can see this is one of the built-in objects with properties and methods for mathematical constants and functions. So if you scroll down, you can see the properties. For example, one of the useful properties is math.pi. So this is the pi number. We have a bunch of other properties here, and below them we've got all the methods. The first one is absolute, which returns the absolute value of a number. So if you give it a negative number, it returns its positive value. So there are a lot of methods here. I'm not going to go through each of them. It's really a waste of your time and my time. All I want you to know is that we've got this math object built into JavaScript. So in your applications, if you ever have to deal with mathematical calculations, just come back to this page and see what methods you can use. In this lecture, I'm going to give you a quick demo of a couple of these methods. The first one is the random method. So let's take a look. For each of these methods, we have a comprehensive documentation along with examples. Really easy. So here in the console, let's call the random method. So every time we call this method, we get a new random number between 0 to 1. Now, if you want to map this to a given range, you need a simple mathematical formula. Back to the documentation for the random method. If you scroll down in the list of examples, we can see this example, getting a random number between two values. So basically, you need a function like this that takes a min and max and generates a random number between these two values. Pretty self-explanatory, you don't need more explanation. Another useful method is math.round. So we can give it 1.9 and it returns 2. We also have math.max. We can give it a bunch of arguments and it will return the largest number in the list. Now later in the course, this is going to be one of your exercises. So you're going to write a function like the max method here that takes a varying number of arguments and returns the largest value. We also have math.min, which returns the smallest number in this list. So I leave it up to you to look at all the other methods available in the math object.